This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on We Hate Movies, Steve Sadak dodges a bullet because he doesn't have to talk about fucking Richie Rich. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
And we hate movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. Thank you for tuning in. As always, like I said up top, we're talking Richie Rich from 1994, directed by Donald Petrie. Mm-hmm. And a quick note, Steve Sadak is not in studio because he's on his honeymoon, so congratulations to he and Jen.
Oh, yeah.
We kept asking to come.
That's
with.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I can bring the gear.
Yep.
It'll be totally fine.
Look,
No problem.
Fucking
You won't
so fucking
even-
rude.
You won't even notice me.
he's going to hear this, and it's best that I do it without him here. You're a selfish bastard for not Skyping in on your honeymoon.
I know. I just can't even
it's
believe
just-
it.
It's just mean behavior.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them both, and I hope you're having a good time.
Absolutely.
Now, this Donald Petrie, by the way, he's got some fucking credits.
Oh, yeah.
He directed Opportunity Knocks.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, dude, he directed Opportunity Knocks, Grumpy Old Men.
That
Yeah,
I
this.
know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Grumpy one.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of other ones. These are.
Did he
amazing
not come back
credits.
for Grumpy 2?
He did not. I think he was too busy psyching himself up to direct Miss Congeniality, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
Jesus.
Welcome to Mooseport,
Yep.
Just My Luck, My Life in Ruins.
So this man was the man who convinced Gene Hackman to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's
This is what it's this guy. This guy is the one who did
that's
it.
exactly right. He also directed Mystic Pizza, by the way.
Pretty
So-
good movie.
Yeah.
So there, I've never seen it.
Average pizza
It's yeah.
at best. Yeah.
Oh, you had it IRL?
Yes, I did.
Cabby, you know what else he directed actually this year, dude? Your favorite fucking movie of 2018.
What?
Little Italy.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shit! Did you see that?
I did see it.
Okay, please report.
It's really bad.
No good.
Sweet report.
All right, back to the show.
It's really stupid. What's his name? They a lot of it hinges on Hayden Christensen being very hot.
I thought you said hating Christensen. I'm like, yes, I do. Okay.
I mean, I do
I got
that.
that.
as well.
I'm way ahead of you.
But yes, Hayden Christensen, like he's supposed to be a hot tamale.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, is he now?
No.
Is
Look,
he now?
No.
Anakin Skywalker.
He's got cried himself to sleep for the last 15 years.
Right.
Face like I
course.
haven't seen in anybody. In
Now
my
he
life.
just looks like shattered glass.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
This movie, what the fuck was Richie Rick? Was it a cartoon strip?
It was a comic book.
Comic book,
Right.
yes.
First, and then
Cartoon.
Harvey Comics.
Right. It was like a 1930s comic book character to make fun of everyone who's suffering.
Yeah, totally, dude. Great Depression, sweet time to invent this comic.
Awful.
I mean, maybe it was the 20s and they didn't have foresight, but I don't. I
mean-
don't. You know what? I didn't do much research today.
I looked into it a little bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So they have Harvey Comics. They adapt it into a cartoon in the 1980s.
Here we go.
Runs for a while. I think like 5 or 6 years. Maybe
That's a long time for a shitty cartoon.
I want to say I'm not completely 100 on this,
But you want to say.
I want to say. I would like to say to you that
Yeah.
it ran for about 5 years.
Well, maybe someday you'll get to say that.
I'll get to say that one day, maybe. Like
And then, so what? There was like a couple of porno parodies, and then they made this movie.
there was a 1990,
Wow.
like a short-lived 1990s
Of a
version.
porno parody?
Yes.
What, no, what a television show?
Yeah.
Live
an-
action?
No, an
Live
animation.
action?
There was
Oh.
also a live action.
It was
Oh.
live animated.
That's- There is also now a show on Netflix.
Yeah, and what is
Really?
that cartoon?
No, that's live action.
Who's
What?
playing him? Anybody?
just some like ugly kid?
Ugly Kid Joe.
Ugly Kid Joe. I don't know if his name is Joe, but he's
This
But he was
movie,
an ugly kid.
oh, this
Ugly
movie
kid.
was kind of like the ultimate fucking in joke because this movie is about the richest kid in the world, and at the time, Macaulay Culkin was the richest kid in the world making the movie.
Yeah.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, so it's a double fuck you to everybody else on the planet. I don't understand this shit, man.
It's
Yeah.
really it is hard to comprehend how anybody liked this.
Now, I didn't see it in the theater. I think I may have seen it in a drive-in scenario.
Really? That's pretty
I
something.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw it in theaters.
We had it on tape, though. It had that fucking delicious clamshell case.
Yeah.
And we watched the shit out of it. I've seen this movie like at least upwards of like 25 times.
Wow, really?
It was in constant rotation. And watching it now, I'm like, God damn it, kids are dumb.
Yep.
Kids
Yeah,
are
of
so
course.
dumb.
That's right.
Like I was watching this and I was like, look at this little pig.
Yeah.
I'm glad his parents are presumed dead. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like what's going on here? Just this fetishization of the rich, man.
Because I fell for all the stupid things that I'm like screaming in my head about while watching it now.
Well, of course, he's got a
the
McDonald's. in his
McDonald's, I
house.
was like, that is heaven. That is heaven.
Oh, of course, Eric. Come on, are you kidding me?
I don't remember what I thought at the time. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I fell for that. I did fall down a staircase one time.
Did you?
Unrelated, but
Oh, you weren't like rushing
No.
to put on the tape of this movie, and you felt
You were rushing to see a McDonald's.
Did you see this as a kid?
I think I might have seen it in the theater, and I've
Ooh.
definitely seen it since. I didn't have the video. I don't think I rented it, but it was probably on HBO.
It's been on
or something.
HBO Go for a while.
Oh yeah, was it on there now?
Damn.
Never get that Amazon rental feedback.
So this movie, oh, you know what I missed? And this was a nice little reminder of it. I haven't seen it on a movie in a while. I mean, I think they were doing it specifically for an anniversary
I know
thing.
what yeah.
When you watched a Warner Brothers movie and fucking Bugs Bunny came out in a tuxedo and sort of like, he was like, here's the logo.
It's a nice addition. I think
Yeah.
they
It
should do
is.
that more often.
Yeah.
For even their prestige pictures, I think they should recognize the history.
Dude, the fucking start of The Mule with Clint Eastwood, but Bugs Bunny comes out.
And let me get this out of here. A carrot.
Digging a drug bag out of my rabbit ass.
Oh, that'd be amazing. And like Elmer Fudd is like a DEA agent or something.
He's Bradley Cooper.
I'm co-opted. You're going to jail. Yeah, so this movie is what it is. Children of the 90s will remember this.
I guess.
He is a little kid who's the richest boy in the world, and he's got parents who are the richest people in the world. They're also grand philanthropists.
Right.
Yes.
This is like a specific type of species of rich person that has since gone extinct from the globe, where these people are so altruistic. Even the father at one point says that they ended up buying like this failing
It's like a
company,
tool factory or something?
United Tool, which is also Richie Rich's other name. And he's going to give it back to the worker. He's going to like update the facilities and then turn it over to the worker, make it worker owned.
I would say this is straight up fantasy characters.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody's
it's a
ever
comic
existed
book.
like this.
No, they want you to
rich person.
Yeah, they want you to think that like, oh, look at this like good rich person. There's all this bullshit about like how Mr. Rich never fired a person because people work better when they know that their jobs are secure. What are you even talking
No,
about?
because I believe that he's had other people fire people.
or
for
he's
him.
just never
That's-
directly
yes, of
kicked someone
course.
out in the street.
That's how you do
it's
it.
also probably a very invasive hiring procedure. Like they probably like check the contents of your asshole to bring it back to the DEA.
It's simple enough to know how big of an asshole he is. If you are born with that name, you change your name.
What Richard Rich?
Richard Rich, and if you are wealthy on your own.
Dick Rich. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, you could be Dick Rich, dude.
Dude,
That's like
Dick
his
Rich.
shitty brother he doesn't talk to.
Yes.
No, that's the porn parody.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's Peter North.
coming dollar bills, yo.
And Peter North is Dick Rich. Oh fuck yeah, Kevin. Ooh, dirty.
Oh, that movie North was about Peter North, right?
Oh yeah,
I think so. I think it
Come
was
around the world.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
trying
a
to find his
biography.
parents.
coming in a furniture
His
store.
new parents. He didn't like his old ones.
So the parents, by the way, Mr. Rich, the aforementioned Mr. Rich is the late Edward Herrmann, R.I.P. Love him.
The best.
And then Christine Ebersole as Mrs. Rich. And tying out the cast here a little bit is the dude, the adult cast, the main adult cast, the guy playing Cadbury, the butler / like bodyguard, is the dude who's like the dad / bad guy from Jumanji.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, like the hunter from Jumanji.
I haven't seen Jumanji in a long time.
Yeah.
It's a decent movie.
He's floating around there somewhere else too. I think he does TV.
He's been in a ton of shit. So he's Cadbury, and it starts with like this dude's narrating, like here's how Richie Rich came into the world, and it's like him being born, and then at one point you better believe they snuck in Kieran Culkin as a younger Richie Rich. Jesus Christ, those Culkin parents, man, what a fucking scam they had.
Culkin Farms, dude.
Ed Herrmann's got like a cult going though, because he's got all of his employees that work in his house.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like waiting to hear if his child is out or not.
If it's going to be he comes down this banister and he's like, I have a son, and they're all like, oh, very good, sir. But if it was a girl, I think he would have thrown it to the crowd.
Get rid of it.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Excuse me, Jeeves. Could you go upstairs and get the first pillowcase you see? I have a date with a bridge.
Where are the white buckets?
Ask Peter North.
Oh man, yeah, dude, dropping white buckets. That's awful. That's fucking disgusting. See, this is when we don't have Steve here, dude. It's just filth talk.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird, wild filth.
Whenever
talk.
Steve's not around, everyone's asking, "Where's Steve?"
He had to go to his planet. They needed him. There's a bullshit thing. He does say, the guy's like, and so Richie Rich became the wealthiest baby in the world. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be feeling here? Envy? Like jealousy, sympathy?
Well, we see golden pacifiers. Wouldn't you want one of those?
Yeah, choke on it.
Eventually, it is sympathy.
Yeah,
right,
which is horseshit.
Because he's not allowed to have a regular boy's life. Oh no!
But you know what, dude?
Someone made fun of him when he played baseball. My God, I wish someone made fun of me when I played baseball.
I cannot, like, this movie, especially now in the fucking hellscape that we live in.
Yep.
This movie where like this fucking rich trio are like these heroes that we're supposed to look up to. I just can't even stand it.
That's the one thing the show on Netflix does smart. He's an entrepreneur who discovered some like
he's self-made.
Yeah,
Richard Rich is
and he
self-made.
made a green new energy.
Oh, is
thing.
that right?
No.
Wait, so the dad did or the kid did?
No, the kid did. His dad's like a deadbeat.
Really?
That's actually preferable. Although, boy, do I
preferable.
hate kids with entrepreneurial spirits.
Yeah.
And they keep the cartoon had what's missing from this is the cartoon had a robot maid a la the Jetsons.
Yes.
And that is in the new show, but it is not in this.
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely not.
So now your research of the cartoons and the comic books.
It involved a ton of weed. It definitely did.
Right. Well, then this would help this conversation.
Water and weed.
I heard a long time ago, and I didn't do anything today. I didn't look at this. I didn't look at it. But
I didn't look at it.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
Also, previous episode, by the way, dig into that archive. Casper the Friendly Ghost is supposed to be drawn extremely similar to Richie Rich from the old comic.
Right.
So people had theorized that, like, when Richie Rich dies, presumably during childhood,
he would be Casper.
Right.
Oh, well, Casper lives, at least in that movie, in like a big mansion.
That's
So
true.
then in that world, then John Larroquette would win.
Yes, exactly. What was his name? Van Doe or whatever?
Yes, Van Doe.
Mr. Van Doe.
Who is a friend of the rich family in the series.
He's not a villain?
Not a villain at all.
Not yet.
I think like
Did you
he's-
watch every episode?
I
Dude, did you
I
watch
watched an episode.
Okay, so you don't know the big turn coming.
No, I do not. So he might become a villain. I apologize if he did. If I led you astray, audience, I apologize.
There's a bullshit thing where, so he like grows up to be Macaulay Culkin, and this
That's
guy
not
is
exactly grown up, but I see what you're saying.
right. Although I did see a funny thing. I think this was on For new listeners who may not know, we refer to the IMDb trivia facts as a news source.
The news.
Yeah, the
so
IMDb Tribune
yeah,
or the news, which is going to really confuse people.
I was going to get the news. I just want to see the news. The Tribune trivia was telling me that by the time they were shooting this movie, Macaulay Culkin was 5'2". So they purposely, like, they had to hire a bunch of, like, naturally tall actors so he would still look like a little kid.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's kind
I
of
guess
funny.
John Larroquette is tall.
Larroquette's tall. Edward Herrmann was definitely tall. I guess Christine
Maybe.
Ebersol's pretty tall.
Why didn't Petrie just go over and just like stomp him down a few?
Because he was the most powerful person on the planet, man.
I guess that's true.
He was the richest kid in the world. He was close friends with Michael Jackson.
And his dad's probably hanging around, and he's definitely carrying.
Oh, those fucking helicopter parents,
Mr.
of course.
Culkin.
Mr.
Do not cross Mr. Culkin.
Now, here on Culkin Farms, we love to support our cloned children. But if you step over the security line, we'll shoot you in the fucking head.
Mr. Culkin, this is not an open carry state. Yeah, but I'm from Tennessee where it is.
We're told, by the way, that he loves baseball. He grew up to love baseball.
Right.
There's a fucking ridiculous... Like, I don't understand this cameo. The start of the movie, or the start of the Richie Rich part of the movie, he's got batting practice or whatever. And his fucking hitting coach is Reggie Jackson? Like... Who thought Mr. October up to be a cameo here? I feel like that's not first choice.
Just in case you didn't know he was rich enough. You didn't believe him.
Right, yeah, that's why they have to get all these cameos in there
Yeah.
that he could buy and sell your fucking ass.
But I just feel like, no, I just mean like,
yeah,
why?
it would
like,
be someone even
a
bigger.
little kid his age, like, wouldn't give a shit about Reggie
Yeah,
Jackson.
it would be Barney.
No, like baseball player was like in the 90s, you're trying to get yourselves like a fucking Wade Boggs or a Don Mattingly maybe.
Right.
But it's just Reggie Jackson. You're like, all right. But anyway,
It should have been Ted Williams' frozen head.
they had the technology, dude. They could
Right?
do it.
Wouldn't it be Richie Rich now? The whole movie's him resurrecting dead baseball players.
That would be, oh, dude, that's what it is, right? He makes a bet with another rich kid,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, my team will beat your team any day. Oh yeah, let's see about that. And then he goes about the movie cloning or resurrecting
Yep.
a bunch of dead
It's
baseball
called
players.
Field of Dread.
I was gonna say Field of Screams,
Oh, even better.
and then it's just a bunch of zombies like totally schooling a bunch of kids in baseball.
Exactly. And saying uncouth things.
Oh yeah, well Ty Cobb, they just had to fucking put a muzzle on that guy.
Also played again, reprising the role, Tommy Lee
And
Jones.
Ben Affleck goes, so always wants to spank you.
Oh, yes.
So one day we're told that, and I guess this happens a lot, right? Like Mr. Rich is supposed to put an appearance somewhere, but he's such a busy guy, taking a lot of casual phone calls from the president and whatnot.
Right. He does, yeah.
So he
Yeah, he
ditches out, as Eric mentioned, he bought that tool factory. And he's supposed to go to the grand reopening, but he can't. So he sends the kid in his stead, which is like, if I'm like this factory worker and this like little turd gets out of a limousine, dude, I am fucking furious.
I didn't do any research today. How old was he? This is like a 12-year-old lecturing me, a hard-working tool manufacturer?
Dude, there would be a fucking uprising, dude. It'd be like goddamn strike.
Yeah.
1919.
Well, imagine the news
Great
of
film.
seeing this on TV. The fucking
There's
the
a
kid came
baby
up-
owns a factory.
Baby came and bought his factory.
Baby ran the factory.
That's like a Simpsons episode.
It's just insane. And in this movie, dude, the rich family, they're so beloved that these fucking blue collar dumbasses are going ape shit.
That's the thing. It is a fantastical like world that they set up.
Well, this is based on a comic book,
But
yes.
also
United
the
States
actual
of America.
like visuals never match up to it. It never is. It's not that imaginative, I guess. It just kind of does it to excuse all the bullshit.
At this part, but then we get to
Whoa, pipe down. Rich 12-year-old speaking. I might be one soon.
Listen,
It could happen to
hey,
me.
little kid, you pay attention. Someday you could grow up to be that little kid.
Exactly.
He's got a factory.
Oh, you know what? Maybe when I become like Mr. Rich and I'm a billionaire, even though I work at a factory, I'll have a rich little baby that'll lecture others. So we got to be nice to them. It's
There's
American dream.
It is the American dream, actually.
Maybe
American
Richie-
scream.
Maybe Richie Rich sees Milhouse in the crowd, gets him to work in his factory.
Oh shit! There you go.
Finally, his security.
Yeah, right.
So they present him with this like gift box of like golden tools, golden. What are the tools?
Brackets.
Yeah, socket wrenches. There it is. And he's like, "Oh, great, my dad." There's a fucking crazy joke right here where he goes, "I love socket wrenches. My dad loves socket wrenches. And if my mother, the dumb cow, knew what socket wrenches were,
What?
he doesn't say that, but it's insinuated because he says, and my mother, if she knew what socket wrenches were, I bet she'd love them too." And all the people in the crowd go,
But imagine being this union leader in this fucking the CEO guy.
Yeah.
And you're expecting you're expecting Richie Rich Sr.
You've been telling people for weeks that he's appearing.
He's the one who's supposed to show up. And then the baby steps out.
Yeah.
How do you
a boss baby?
Yes.
It's ostensibly Boss Baby.
They just accept it, but like clearly everybody be like, "Oh my fucking
Oh yeah.
oh boy."
And then he's just like, "Hey, Tool Factory employees, suck it."
there'd be a revolt. I'm certain of it.
Did you catch the great shot here where he gives this quick thing and then he's got to go back home, so he gets back in this helicopter. The dude who's holding the helicopter door open, definitely a legit helicopter pilot. You get a look at this guy?
No.
Oh my God, dude. Fucking Florida swamp mustache, a goddamn Tennessee waterfall that beat the band, a cheaply made baseball cap on.
Love it.
Oh yeah. I took one look at him. I was like, that guy professionally flies helicopters. It's awesome.
That's great. And he takes them back to Duckburg, where is this fucking palace, which I read. I glanced at the Tribune.
Okay.
I didn't dive in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I read that the house, even though this is set in the Chicagoland area.
Is it?
But this house is in Nashville, North Carolina, and
Asheville.
oh, what did I say?
Nashville.
Wait, what did I say?
Nashville.
And what did you say?
Asheville.
Aren't you glad Steve's not here? So Asheville, North Carolina.
Great town, by the way.
I bet. It looks
Great,
nice.
a lot of great
Have
breweries.
you been to this castle?
No, I didn't go to the castle, but a lot of great breweries, a lot of great restaurants.
Do you know what I'm winding up for? You know what I'm getting to? You know what my conclusion here is?
I think possibly, yes. Go ahead. It was also used to film something else.
Hannibal,
Yep.
Mason Verger's estate.
Gary Oldman's fucking Death Pig Palace.
Is the same place?
Same house, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed Richie Rich.
They're
to
there.
some
Oh,
pigs.
Richie Rich definitely has this.
It's the same place.
Pig farm?
They live there
Yeah.
concurrently. The
Oh,
events of Hannibal are taking place during the events of
Dude,
Richie
it's like,
Rich.
oh, Richie, go tell Uncle Mason that it's time for dinner. And he's like, I can't eat out of my mouth. Why would you invite me to dinner? Get out of here, little boy. I'll feed you to my pigs.
Now we bought you a straw, Mason. You know how to eat.
Give me a fucking bag and feed me through a hole in my stomach.
Hey, get him whatever bag he wants. Whatever bag he wants, I
Whoa,
said.
the best bag money can buy.
Absolutely, dude.
Money bags.
So we've got, we're introduced, funny enough, 2 weeks in a row. Major character played by Michael McShane.
Yep.
Professor Keen Bean.
Right,
Bean.
who was in Friar Tuck? Well, what played Friar Tuck in the
Prince of Thieves.
Yes, thank you.
Also,
the new Robin Hood reboot, Friar Tuck.
that'd be awesome, dude, because it's just about a fat guy being drunk in the woods.
They should now when they do all these new Robin Hood movies, they should do that. They should change the perspectives. Make a
Yeah.
Friar
Yes.
Tuck movie. That fucking Russell Crowe movie,
Yeah.
awful.
Awful.
But he was originally supposed to play the sheriff of Nottingham, and it was all from the perspective of Nottingham, and it was called Nottingham. It would have been fucking fun.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But no.
Wait, so Russell Crowe was actually supposed to play the sheriff of Nottingham, and then they were like,
I think
"Oh, make it
so.
Robin Hood instead." And he was like, "All right."
Yeah, but it's definitely based, like they bought a script called Nottingham, and then Ridley Scott was like, but maybe Robin Hood again.
God damn it, Ridley Scott! It would have been great the other way around. That's
They should really do that. But in the sequel to this film, Richie Rich 2, a.k.a. Richie Rich's Christmas Wish,
Oh right.
My.
they say it's a sequel, but everyone's been recast. And that is the most offensive recasting in my mind because they take Keen Keen Bean?
Professor Keen Bean.
You know who plays him in this straight to video sequel?
Jesse Ventura.
Eugene Levy.
No.
I know. I saw that
is-
clip. I saw a little clip when you searched the term
That's terrible.
What term did you
in
say?
news.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Because it's like, what happened? My God, what happened?
He got stomach surgery and became Jewish?
I guess so.
And he just said, like, after American Pie, he just said yes to everything.
Of course he did.
Whatever
And
you got for
I
me.
do love Eugene Levy.
Of
I do love
course.
him.
It reminds me, because I don't know if I've said it on the air, so I'll use my global platform right now to tell people, if you're not watching Schitt's Creek,
Globalist. This globalist is watching Schitt's Creek. Oh, it's now streaming on Netflix.
you have to watch it, dude.
I've
4
been
seasons.
going through it all.
It's so fucking
It
funny.
is really good.
It's a good show.
So that's good, Eugene Levy.
yes.
So Keen Bean, yeah, Michael McShane, also Franklin Delano Romanowski on Seinfeld. You cannot forget that. So there's this weird thing. So the dad is like, all right, Richie.
I want you to drop dead.
Dude, you should tell Richie Rich to drop dead. Then he throws a fucking ice ball at the back of his head. He's like, you got to go down to Professor Keen Bean's for your chemistry lesson or whatever. And I'm like, what's going on here? The basement of this house is basically like the Q laboratory at
Yeah.
MI6. And all of a sudden there's this Q scene where he like Richie Rich is like, "Listen,
QAnon. We're talking about, there's a scene where QAnon is down there and he's figuring out everything.
catch him in bed with it.
Well, the first basement
Somebody.
is where all the pigs are.
Right.
And then the second basement is where they got this laboratory.
Oh, I hit B1. I got off at Uncle Mason's pig farm. No, he goes up to fucking Keen Bean. He's like, listen, you fat fuck. I don't feel like talking about chemistry. So why don't you show me some of the stupid shit you've been working on? And then we just have like this James Bond Q scene where he's like, all right, Richie, here's all these gadgets, including, did you catch this terrified moment? He's like, here's like the strongest adhesive in the world, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Keen Bean like accidentally uses his girth to like knock this dude against the wall and like his flesh gets stuck to it.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy just, it's a legitimately terrified,
This is
like,
horror.
he's
Yeah.
like, help me. Like he knows they're going to have to cut that arm off.
They're going to have
Yeah.
to cut flesh from his limbs in order to free him from this.
And rip it off maybe a little bit.
Right.
So you're going to have to get quite a lot of surgery.
He's
after
just
that.
losing an arm, dude. That's the thing. He's going to be like, can't we just rip it off? And they're going to be like, nah, there's going to take too much with it. It's not worth it. You're going to have to cut it all off.
Yeah.
And this is like a tar thing.
It's like some adhesive. He's like, it's 1,000,000 times stronger than the strongest adhesive in the world. And you're like,
Yeah.
well, whoop-de-fuck.
Well, that's impossible juice. Thank you. Thank you for making impossible juice.
And one of the other things that comes into play later in one of the most disturbing shots of the film, this scientist is like, by the way, here's this powder. If you just spray it on any kind of material, it makes it waterproof, stain-proof. And by the way, and some guy comes out with a fucking machine gun and just blasts
Right.
the suit. And he's like, bulletproof too. Put that in the back of your head.
What would happen if you sprayed that at somebody's face?
Right.
Oh shit! Then
It
you
would
could
look
just
like
get
the
shot in the
Jacob
head.
Wool Avi. Like it was just like
Okay,
a
yeah.
shiny
That,
face.
that weird little kid that threatened people.
So then we're introduced to John Larroquette, who's coming over, and I guess he's Mr. Van Doe. I guess he's like their money manager or some shit.
That's sort of how it's presented.
business
Yeah.
partner.
He seems to be the financial guru.
Right.
But you would think like they would say like they clearly all fucking hate him. And, like,
Except
Well,
for
you can't-
Mr. Rich, though.
Dude, you can't fire anyone.
And that's what Christine Ebersol is like, Richard, I love you, but you're a fucking moron because this dude clearly sucks and you should have fired him. And she's right, because in a few minutes he tries to fucking murder them. But like, Lawrence Van Doe, by the way, is
Yes.
the name of this person. And it's like you can tell he's a shitbird right away because like he gets out of the limo and he's like, 37 miles of driveway and you had to park in front of a puddle, and just like fires this guy.
Right.
37 miles.
Can you
That's a
imagine?
good
Do you
detail.
know how long that is?
I think that was about as long as the fucking driveway for Ruby Ridge, dude.
Well,
you are in New
can't
Jersey.
make
You
fun of
are
it.
in another fucking state.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's 37 miles from here.
No, I mean, that is pretty fucking crazy.
It's like, well, we're home and you'll be able to get out of the car in 25 minutes.
That is insane. What do they
can
do? They're probably
You can still watch an episode of Daredevil before you get there.
Meanwhile, your dad's playing a game of the most dangerous game.
Yeah.
Like the amount of land they have, you could definitely hunt humans for sport.
absolutely.
No
Yep.
problem.
Don't you start to like that is the biggest crime of this movie is pretending that Richie Rich Sr. is some fucking angel.
Yeah.
This fucking man right here.
He's into some
he
shit.
has eaten human.
Easy.
He has hunted human.
No problem.
He has like for pleasure watched people tortured.
Of course.
Oh yeah, there's a library. That's the third basement. There's a library filled exclusively with snuff films.
You know how people go to the hostel fucking torture chamber places
Yeah.
and God knows where's La Villa?
Yeah.
He's the guy who owns the place.
Oh, he owns
definitely.
the whole chain.
That's his summer home. And then, of course, like in like B3 of the basement is where he's got his jigsaw room.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the fucking perverse nonsense that the rich get off on it'll turn your hair white.
Yeah, that's that's what this whole pristine shit. Just get it out.
But that's why you got to be. That's why you need 37 miles of driveway.
I
Cameron.
guess that's
So they can't hear the gunshots.
Make it something. Well, because Macaulay Culkin doesn't really act much in this movie.
No.
Make his father a shitheel,
yes.
and he has to like usurp that and save the family and the
Right.
good name
Right.
that it is to be rich.
The work has corrupted him. Like there's some stakes there. That's somewhat compelling.
Dude, it'd be awesome, right? Like he goes in because it's also weird. Like Richie Rich is this character is like he's just so obsessed with his dad,
Ugh.
and like he's got to be fucking around his father every
my
second.
dad.
The dad link, dude.
Dude, he's got this little computer device called the Dad Link, and it's like, I can find my dad anywhere in the world. It's like, you know what, dude? Sometimes your dad wants to be in the bathroom fucking jerking off alone. And he doesn't need the fucking Dad Link, man.
Also,
Come
like,
on.
you got this giant computer, and you're telling me all you use it for
Yeah.
is looking up your dad.
Where's my daddy?
What's my dad
And
doing?
by the way, isn't that most of the time? Well, no, because I guess he's an international businessman, so he's not home that often.
Well, he's constantly taking meetings with this fictional president.
the
in this movie.
president,
Yes.
Muammar Gaddafi.
Oh, dude, he's just
the-
meeting with
The
fucking
Saudis.
the,
he's
yeah,
deep
the Carlyle
in with the
group
Saudis.
and the Bin Laden family.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
bankrolled them.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's the thing. Is like the money that he must have circulating the globe.
Yeah.
I bet it's going to some stuff, man.
Oh, because there's shit that he
yeah.
doesn't even know about.
And
You
I'm
got
sure-
fucking
yeah,
Lawrence Van Doe.
Yeah. Evil itself, John Larroquette fucking is running your business.
Dude, how about
essentially.
this? I think Richie Rich Sr., whether he knew it or not, dude, he fucking financed 9/11.
Oh, yeah, he's in on it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, he's in
Exactly.
on it.
He
For sure.
the death squads of Reagan's era, like all this stuff is.
He
all
was the
tied
one
in.
pushing Reagan to sell fucking weapons to the Taliban, dude.
Definitely.
It's all there. It's all just right. This
Oh,
is our
I
own
mean,
QAnon
he-
episode, by the way.
Richie Rich Senior. Is that his name?
Richie
Yeah.
Rich Sr.
Yeah,
Is
he's,
it
he's
really-
Richard Rich.
They're both Richie
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he was definitely like there helping train the Mujahideen.
You'll find his name a lot in the Iran-Contra papers.
Dude, Ollie North was just a fucking patsy, man. It was actually Richard Rich
I
Sr.
believe that
Behind the
because
curtain.
you got a guy in uniform. He's kind of like you have to go down with the ship.
Yeah.
He's just taking the fall for him.
That's the thing, because Ollie North swore an oath, man.
Just
Richard
like,
Rich, no.
just like that Warner Brothers studio lackey that went to jail when Clark Gable ran someone over in his car.
Oh, is that
might-
true? Is that a true story?
That's a Hollywood fable, but I think it's true
I would like to believe
because the
it.
studio system was so tight.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
keep all that shit out of the tabloids.
That's right.
Just you pay some dude to take the fall for you.
And that's amazing, dude, because see how far we came in just a few short decades. Because when Matthew Broderick killed that person with
Yeah.
a car, he fucking took the fall.
Yeah,
There wasn't any studio
Turns out
wraparound
it was
for him.
no problem.
Also, it was no problem. But everybody knew that he did it. So here's
That is so sweet of you to do that, Matthew. Thank you so. That is just.
thank you for taking the rap.
You are just such a number one guy. I gotta say.
The first of a few like shocking moments in this movie. And remember, this movie is 1994, and I think that's very important.
Yes.
So like it's the next morning, and it's like you see a day in the life of Richie Rich, and the butler wakes him up, and he's like, "All right, Master Rich, it's time for your exercise." And he's like, oh, Carlisle or whatever his name is, Cadbury. He's like, I don't feel like exercising today. And he's like, oh, is that right, Master Rich? Well, I think once you get a look at your instructor.
Don't tell Arnold.
Yeah.
Well, Arnold I can't do it today.
What do you mean you can't do it today?
You have to get after it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Richie, you're so stupid.
Are you telling me Arnold Schwarzenegger's coming to your house every day to fucking do stretches with you?
Listen,
Come on, Richie. If I was as rich as Richie Rich, that it would absolutely be.
Would you do that?
And
okay.
if I
Of
was
course.
blessed enough to have Arnold as my personal trainer, I would be in the best shape ever because I would be like, yes, Arnold, I will listen to every diet advice, exercise advice.
That's
that you
right.
have.
Eat more eggs and bananas. Do the push-up.
I just love teaching this fat man how to be in shape. It's just like coming.
I'm working with James Cameron now. He's a sweet man.
But-
Sweet man.
But what
I'm
happens
the
though,
Avatar. I
Oh,
am the
fuck.
Avatar.
dude, if Arnold is in one of these next 4 Avatar
was a
movies,
big blue dude. I love
that'd be
it.
great. He's just coming blue.
I'm coming blue, and when I'm in the gym, I'm coming blue, and I have blue balls, but I'm still coming. It's fantastic.
I think it's a thing though, where in the script it was like Arnold was his personal trainer, and then Arnold was like, no, it's 1994, kiss my ass, I'm still at the top of everything.
Yeah.
But so what they decided to do, which is a trend in 1994, and I'll explain why in a second, they are like, oh, cool, here's your substitute instructor. One is Claudia.
Jesse Ventura.
How's it going, Richie? Yeah, let's get into it, buddy. I only got about 55 minutes before People's Court comes on.
Guess what, buddy? It's squat time. Me and you, buddy. Down.
Up. Hey, Richie, buddy, what do you think about me running for governor or something? I don't know, like Minnesota?
It's time for the medicine ball. Now, I like to chuck it.
This is a medicine ball technically because it's a little softball that I hollowed out and put cough syrup in it. So I'm going to have my medicine ball that I'm going to sip on, and you're going to lift that other one, buddy.
Syrup ball.
Oh,
Taking the world by storm.
thank you for the straw, Cadbury.
Ah, yes, Mr. Ventura. Whatever you say.
But it's actually Claudia.
It's Claudia
Schiffer.
Schiffer. And this is so fucked up because she's like in front of this like little aerobics area, and Richie Rich and Cadbury are behind her. And Richie Rich is just like they're staring
Dude,
at her
it's
fucking
just
ass.
all little kid boners and shit. Like,
this
what
is-
is this doing in a movie?
I'll tell you
What
what.
is it doing in a movie?
I'll tell you what it's doing in a movie, dude, because this exact same
Pitch
thing
in a
happened
tent?
in 1994 with a certain film, also based off of fucking old ass property that nobody gave a flying fuck about, The Little Rascals. That also came out in
there's a lot
94.
of bonus
and that
stuff
whole
in The
movie,
Little Rascals.
that whole fucking movie
That's
is like,
right. I was in Little Rascals.
That's right.
with
Yeah. He's the
Donald
fucking
Trump.
Holy
rich
shit, I
kid.
forgot.
All
He's the
right.
rich kid's dad.
Little Rascal, it's time to work out. Okay, now first things first, you have to eat a bunch of cheese. Every morning I eat cheese and I look at pictures of my daughter Ivanka.
Okay, Alfalfa, you have to grab him by the... Oh, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
That whole movie, though, was like, oh, yeah, look at that Darla. Isn't
Oh,
she
Jesus.
hot?
I don't remember that film at all. So,
Dude, it's a stay tuned and a half.
Quite
so
a
there
lot.
was a Darla in there.
Darla, yeah, she was she's the lady
girl.
interest, and Spanky falls in love with her, and he gets kicked out of the
No,
He-Man
isn't
Women's Hater Club.
Alfalfa falls in love.
They fight over her, dude.
No, isn't it Alfalfa and the rich kid?
You're totally right. Sorry, Alfalfa falls in love with her. He quabbles with the rich kid over it, but then Spanky's pissed off about
And
it.
Yeah, 'cause
Darla is age appropriate for these children?
No, Darla's also a little kid.
Yeah.
That's what's.
No, that's what I'm
fucking
saying. Okay, so
Oh,
it's
oh,
not
yes,
Claudia
yeah.
Schiffer.
okay. So it's okay.
Darla is not of age, but she is age appropriate enough for these kids. But it's like, why the fuck am I sitting here watching a bunch of kids?
Excuse me. Sorry, Darla. I didn't mean to walk into your dressing room.
Oh, whoops! But I own this Little Rascals pageant.
Yeah, exactly.
But that movie is all
By the
of
way,
that shit.
you might
though.
as well call all those fucking beauty pageants, especially the teens ones, Little Rascal pageants because it'll help contextualize it for people that these are children and they shouldn't be playing sexy adult dress up for you.
What are you talking about? It's great. It's great television.
Can we talk about this? This is disgusting. We get a glimpse at his fucking like prep school that he goes to.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord, with these little
fucking-
like CEOs, American psychos in training.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of American Psycho, fucking Ben Stein.
Oh, totally. He's the teacher of all
Evil
these kids.
incarnate fucking Ben Stein.
Yeah.
And it's
That
this
guy's a piece of
weird,
shit.
like he's a piece of shit. They teach these kids nothing but like how to do quote unquote business or how to like be a business person.
Yeah.
So like every desk is like a big mahogany desk kind of a thing.
Right.
And Ben Stein's like giving them like business situations. And he's like, so how would you remedy this? And they're all like, I'd commit insider trading. I'd fucking do this. I'd do that corrupt thing.
I'd
or
win
whatever.
Ben Stein's money.
I would
That's the
too.
correct
Yeah,
answer,
that's
right?
But like
Yeah.
you're supposed to be laughing because like Richie Rich is passing notes via fax machine.
That is such a rich way to do it.
I forget, is he making fun of Ben Stein with that, or is he making fun of the
The poor.
the
Yeah,
the
he's making
super
fun of the
the
poor.
super evil rich kid?
I think he was making fun of the super evil rich kid.
Yeah, there's like this super evil,
but
like,
also the poor.
Yeah, well, also always
he's
the
like
poor.
a super evil, like effete kid.
Right.
And I think
that's
so he's
on
double
purpose.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. They're coding him that way
Yeah.
so
Yep.
that you could actually vilify him. Because if a little kid seemed super heterosexual and had tons of money,
Yeah.
that's who I want to be.
If a
That's
ver-
who I want to be.
yeah, if there's a straight person who does that kind of stuff,
1776 will happen again.
He's the stupid person's idea of what a rich person should be.
Exactly.
Great bit of trivia right here. And honestly, even though I think this dude playing Cadbury does an okay job, did you see on the Tribune who was supposed to be the butler?
No?
I love his eggs. I'll say that much.
He dropped out. It was fucking John Cleese.
really?
Yeah.
That
John
would have
Cleese was
been
supposed to be
fun.
Cadbury.
That would be fun. Yeah.
That would have given it a little bit more character. Because
Yeah.
I mean, like Ed
I don't
Herrmann.
think this guy doesn't do a bad job.
No, he's
he's
totally
good.
fine.
He's
but
good.
but John Cleese, that's
Yeah, John Cleese is
a horse
John
of a
Cleese.
different color.
So there's also this ridiculous, like their PE, like their physical education class, their gym class
They're
is
peeing.
PE,
Oh, right.
physical education.
Right. For me, that's peeing.
Oh man, I got a great workout today. I fucking pissed like a racehorse.
Yeah, come on. You got to pee.
Eric, you're doing great, man. Look how much you're peeing.
So just to be clear, throughout high school, you had a coach for peeing.
Yeah, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, pee coach. Okay, now at the snowbank, you make the figure 8 with the urine, and then your Uncle Peter North will show you to shoot the rope.
My, how far I've fallen.
Yeah, it's really about him.
So Richie realizes like all of these rich kids are fucking stupid because he's like, he does the like, hey guys, like you want to come over and hang out? And they're like, hang out? What the fuck is that? Well, that's what poor people do.
Yeah.
So he tells Cadbury, he's like, hey man, I want to go back to that factory because across the street while I was, when I was giving that speech, I noticed across the street some kids playing baseball. I love baseball.
Street urchins.
Yeah.
And this is awesome because these kids fucking berate him. It is so funny. He's like, hey, how about I play with you? And they're like, hey, how about you go fuck yourself?
It's like from the it's like the ruins from a 1960s Italian film. Like kids just like scrambling around these ruins of factories and homes.
Dude,
it's fucking ridiculous.
I think you got to go back farther, Kevin. It's the 40s, dude. This
Yeah.
is neo-realist
Yeah, I
Italy.
guess so.
They're just running around all these bombed out
It's a
buildings.
rubble film.
So they have, I guess they decide they're going to have like a home run derby. And
Yeah.
the leader of this pack is this little girl. And she's like, all right, you can play with us if you can hit off me or something like that. So they make a little bet, and here we go again with these money jokes. She's like, all right, cool, 10. And he goes, all right, fine. Seems a little stoop, but that's okay. And he takes out this big wad of cash. And by the way, Richie Rich, anyone will tell you, when you're out in public like this, do not just whip out a wad of money.
Oh yeah.
Especially in this burned out baseball
And
field.
how Do you see how big that thing is? How are you carrying that?
Yeah, it's
Don't
like
you
the George
walk with a limp?
It's the George Costanza wallet, dude. So he's like, oh well, it seems steep, but okay, 10,000 it is, and they're like, $10 / you have no idea how to communicate with people.
Yeah.
They're like, there should have been a thing
So
where they were like,
fucked
all
up.
right, Richie Rich, here's the deal, man. You seem like a nice guy, but you literally have no idea what it's like to interact with real people. This is embarrassing. You don't function as a person.
I'll take your 10 grand, but you've got to go get therapy. I'm sorry, 100% on
But
this.
man,
Yeah.
these fucking rich people, like people who have like $1 billion,
Oh yeah.
you could just give $1 million to a random person and change their lives, but you won't.
Nah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Well, that's what the supposition of this movie is, that the one rich person who would do that.
well, to an extent, right? Like
Yeah.
he will, like the father, Richie Rich. God, I just find it crazy that they're both the same name.
But that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I need a junior.
Well, he's Richard. He's not Richie.
All right.
Richard Rich.
No.
Or Mr. Rich to you,
Yeah,
you
Regina.
poor piece of shit.
Well, the thing is, he won't give money away. He will buy things and then transfer ownership
Well,
to the commune of the workers, which is a fantastic thing. But he should be doing even more.
Yeah.
Well, he's giving. Didn't you watch the movie? He's
No,
giving
I
away the factory. That's like
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
He's-
what drives John
But that's
Larroquette
it.
towards murder.
Yeah,
is that
but
his idea?
Thomas Wayne gave us a whole like metro system. So I'm just saying,
Relative, I get you.
yeah, I just do better, Mr. Rich.
You're gonna go up in his face.
So Richie Rich actually hits off this girl. He hits a home run, and he's like, oh, I don't want your money, or they have to pay him or whatever. And,
Yeah.
Or no, he says like keep the money, like it's totally fine. They're like, just get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't go as planned. So then we cut to, it's like, oh, Richie, don't worry about any of that. Like, your parents can be your best friend. Also, like, we're going to go to England this weekend for the Queen's birthday. Oh, great.
And you
great.
got that cut up Cadbury.
Mhm.
And one of my favorite scenes in this film is when Richie Rich thinks he's developing a zit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Cadbury
right.
says, "Congratulations on the zit, sir."
Right.
Fantastic film, fantastic scene.
And that's when he's using Dad Link, because he calls
He's on that thing all the fucking time.
Well, he calls him while he's in the White House.
That's right.
And
He's rapping with the president about economic
First of
policy.
all, that's an unsecure thing. This dad link.
yeah.
He
Yep.
just walks
How
out
would
into
you
the
get that in there?
It starts broadcasting audio and video from the Oval Office
Yeah.
with this fucking dude.
Oh no! Well, then you have to assassinate Richie Rich.
I
that's
think
what-
so.
it. Both
And then
of
you know
them.
what? Seize, yes.
Burn the home. I'm
the
sorry.
st-
You
the
gotta
state-
get rid of it all.
The state has to seize their fortune, nationalize Richco or whatever the fuck it's called.
Well, that's weird. Like, because they do a couple like modern day signifiers. Like, other than the Saud, like they do say he's going to go to Saudi Arabia in a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And you see a couple of Saudi Arabian men like hanging out in his office.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yes.
Then,
They're
and
in
then
the
there's some,
background, like on their way to McDonald's.
and then there's some weird reference to Lee Iacocca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there is indeed a Lee Iacocca
You need
reference
that.
in this kids movie. Like, all those kids are going to be like, oh, right, of course.
Who would know that?
That's so fucking stupid. So they're like, all right, we're going to get on this plane. And this is where we see Larroquette has a plan. He's got this head of security named Ferguson.
Right.
And this dude, there's like, oh, here's all the luggage that has to go on our private plane. It's all like gifts for the Queen and shit.
It's pretty clear that Richie Rich Sr. Did not do a background check on Ferguson there.
Absolutely not.
No,
Here's the thing is like, he did the background check and it came back kind of shitty, but he was like, oh, well, I don't know, mother. I already told the man that he was good for the job. I can't fire him now.
But there's tons of people that have clean records who would just fuck over this dude, for a slice of that pie.
well, this guy is like taking Richie, little Rich, Richie,
Yeah.
little Rich,
The
Right.
child.
by the wrist.
Oh, yeah. He grabs him earlier in the movie, and fucking Cadbury's like, if you ever touch that guy again, I'll kill you.
I'm
And I won't
imagining
fucking blink.
He has a similar background to Alfred.
Yes.
in
Oh,
Batman.
absolutely. Yeah.
He was a killer in the war. Took out many a man.
He was the guy that personally trained the Mujahideen.
Yeah,
That's right.
He did it. He was the one.
In this movie, it wasn't John Rambo that did it. It was Cadbury. So they're going to take a plane to England for this birthday, and then Mrs. Rich is like, "Hey, Cadbury, what's going on with my son? He seems upset. I could talk to him, but you're here." And he's like, yeah, these kids made fun of him playing baseball.
His body is changing, madam.
Yeah, totally. He got a zit today.
And I believe I found his first pube
Oh, no.
on the floor.
On the floor.
I was doing my daily toothbrush scrub of his shower, and I found a pube, madam.
Madam, I'm sorry to inform you, but his pubes are falling out. And this is a medical emergency.
It was a curl, not a straight. That's how I know.
So she's like,
He's
how
got a
could-
bunch of curlies in the shower.
It's like a college dorm in there, madam. So she's like, how could he feel better? And he's like, hey, probably if you made him not go to this fucking 1,000-year-old woman's birthday party. So he doesn't get on the plane. Very important. And they take off.
But beforehand, Ferguson puts a little box.
Yeah, a little red
in
gift
the
box.
undercarriage.
Right. Which, by the way, we didn't mention it, but there's a little thing. It's a part of this Q crap, right? There's a gadget they get called Smello.
The fart machine. What's it called with
I
the
will
pig
call-
nose?
Like the smell gun or whatever.
Yeah.
Smell
I wrote
ray.
down smell gadget. There was a name, but
Well,
I
it
don't
definitely
remember.
wasn't fart gun.
I wrote it down somewhere.
Fart gun is you.
Fart gun.
Fart gun is you. That's not. You're just writing your name on your paper.
Yeah, it's a fart. Yeah, but signed fart gun.
No, so
Smellometer.
yeah, some shit like that. So this device where you point it at an object and you press the button and it describes what it smells like and it really gets in there and it's just like like linen handkerchief folded or whatever. It's very specific, even detailing stuff that doesn't necessarily smell that much. And then he points it at these gifts because he wants to get into the chocolates. You know, Richie Rich Sr.'s got a little sweet tooth.
They're in the air at this point. By
Right.
the way.
And by the way, they fly their own planes like they're John Travolta's.
I was going to say like a JFK Jr.
Even better.
But yeah, he's trying to sniff out these chocolates and he hits this one thing and it's like, try nitrotoluene. And he's like, that sounds familiar. What could that be? And then he realizes there's a bomb on the plane. He throws it out the window.
Right. After slowly. The slowest. They could have avoided this whole thing, but they were like, and they finally open it and it's ticking and it's got 8 seconds left. And then he gets the idea to throw it out the window.
But not before being like, Mother, this is a bomb. Well, she's like, throw it out the fucking window.
Well, because I bet you, because they cut between when he finds it and when he's up there with the wife again. I bet you he kept on looking for treats. He's clearly looking for treats everywhere, and like he's not going to stop just because something very bomb-like.
Like he found the bomb,
Can I
and
eat this?
there was still like 10 minutes left, but he kept the hunt for the chocolates
Gotta
on.
be some chocolates.
So yes, they go down, they crash in the ocean. Meanwhile, Richie is back at the house, and Cadbury's like, "Hey man, got a surprise for you outside." He's like, "Hey man, I'm your butler now, man. Cadbury left. I'm addicted to meth."
Look, you gotta ignore all that stuff you saw in my room the other day. You gotta give me a break, Richie.
So the big surprise is it's some of the kids from the little baseball team are at his house, along with like the little girl's mother.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Which
this
is good because that's a friend for Cadbury.
Yeah, this is this whole like working class thirst like
Yeah.
subplot where like the mother wants to fuck Cadbury.
Oh, she's
so
horny
hard.
for him
She wants
immediately.
those eggs, dude. It's fucking
It's
Easter
ready
in
to
this
go.
house.
Yes.
And
Gonna crack it right open.
Cadbury's like not really feeling it because he needs a more sophisticated,
No.
you know.
I
lady.
need a woman who can read.
No, but she's gonna get no. She's gonna get that cream though.
She definitely is, dude. She's working him down
Good
through this whole
Lord.
movie. She's gonna crack that cream
Sorry,
out.
the sugar cream that are in the chocolate eggs, not any perverted
And
cream.
the eggs are his testicles.
Let me ask you this. What is the consensus in the room on Cadbury cream eggs?
100% positive.
Uh-huh.
80% positive.
I'm like a total no.
Really?
Because
Absolute no. It's
dude,
very
that-
sweet. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
That sugar paste, it's like you bite into that and it's like diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
Diabetes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the only candy you can have for that day. I don't think you can go.
Yeah, for that year.
I would say,
But no,
yeah.
it's a delicacy. It should be treated as such. You can't just go popping them around.
But
You
that's
know?
what's weird though, is like the Cadbury company, they're a little too big for their britches because I'm
You think
seeing
so?
like fucking Halloween things.
You just-
Ooh. Yeah, you know they fucking color them green. I didn't get one this year, but I would have liked to have.
in the
And yes, I'm talking about me going trick or treating. No, I didn't actually do that, but I wanted one and I didn't get one this year. Usually, someone in an office or someone will have,
Yeah,
have
usually.
one, but it didn't.
Did you get any
happen.
peeps?
Didn't happen. For peeps
Yeah, Pete.
They usually come around
for
with
Halloween.
With eggs.
No, I disagree with peeps 100%.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I draw my line.
Okay.
well, that's
I'm a
like that's
Cadbury
like a
man.
fucking diabetes sponge, a Pete.
Yeah, just give me the cream. Just inject it right into my veins.
So we have this montage of like him hanging out with these kids, and it's basically like, get ready to get jealous because I'm fucking rich and you're a bunch of street urchins.
There's one of the kids is just his whole thing is he's very fat
Yes, that is his
and,
whole thing.
and hungry for more food.
Been there, man.
That kid loves the McDonald's.
Right?
Yeah.
They go to.
You have a
Jesus
McDonald's in your
Okay,
house?
I need to know
Ah.
is this McDonald's there for good?
Oh, is
Are
it
they
season? Is it like a pop up? It's like
But-
seasonal.
It looks
It'd
like
have
it's
to be,
it's
right?
for good because they've got the amount of accoutrement for this fucking arch, the McDonald's arch. It's like built in. It's like
Oh,
a
the
restaurant.
famed golden arches.
Exactly.
So you think it's been there the whole time?
I don't think it's
Well, not like
original
Jack
to the
Nicholson.
house.
Yeah, from the original rafters, from 1860.
I think Richard Rich Sr.
Uh-huh.
installed it to make his little chubby boy happy. And it's insane because they're paying people to work there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably they're shipping in food all the time to cook. Or
Yeah.
how many people are getting this? You know, there's only certain many people in the house. We do see not Cadbury, Professor Keenbean go in there as a fat joke.
Yes.
Like,
right.
he's got he's got tons of food. Why would he have that much food?
Well, like, yeah,
I'm researching the secret sauce.
well, because
right.
if you're correct, he's eating like Trump. Like he's eating nothing but fucking
Right.
McDonald's every day, and he's probably on death's door.
Or the servants are like, I don't understand.
Oh,
why
maybe
this-
it's the servant food.
Or is it just this huge vanity project where it's like anytime my boy wants McDonald's, because for some reason my driveway is almost 40 fucking miles long and it would take too long to get McDonald's. It's in the
right.
house.
It would be cold by the time you got home.
And then guess what? If he doesn't want McDonald's today, we're throwing out fucking 50 pounds of beef.
yeah,
Yeah, I bet you're totally right.
We're just throwing it out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing it anyway. Food waste is definitely not a problem.
No. So we see all the little things he has. So they're like, oh, wow, it's really great hanging out in this playroom of yours, Richie Rich. And he's like, oh, yeah, want to try the Kitapult? And like we go outside. It's like this fucking hydraulic chair launcher thing where they're like flying, landing in like a big beanbag thing.
How is this a thing? This
I
is
don't
this is so unsafe.
Yeah.
My God, for the little kid bones.
And he's just
It's
bragging. He's just showing off his wealth.
Exactly.
It's a lawsuit, a pult.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, yeah, totally. There's no supervision to this
There
shit
needs
at
to be
all.
like a quick scene of Cadbury being like, "Oh, you have to sign this waiver."
Yeah, totally. Or the mother is like, "Is that safe?" Oh, yes, madam. And
then he can have his own ER. I bet there's
there's
no.
totally there's a fucking there's a
Medical
walk-in
staff.
clinic there.
Well, Cadbury's doing his work because, he can do all this dangerous shit with these kids. Richie Rich, all he wants. He's romancing the mother. She's not paying attention to any of that
Oh,
shit.
that's
No.
right. He's distracting
He's
her.
got her. He don't worry about it.
Also,
He knows
the other
what's
thing
going
is, if any of these kids get killed, like on this catapult or whatever, Cadbury's going to have the whole lot of them murdered, and they're just buried on the estate somewhere.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to
definitely.
know.
There's so many miles of woods.
I mean, but Richie Rich Sr., much like his father, he's got no problem with liquidating quite literally a body.
That's actually a great point.
If it comes up to that.
You see how many fucking chimneys this place has?
Yeah, please.
It's definitely got an incinerator that's
The
been
pigs.
used.
Again, I point you to Mason and his pigs.
Yes.
Oh, right, Uncle Mason's
that's
pig
true.
base.
You could dispose of them any way you want. You know what? There's enough kids that come in from town that you could do one for each, right? You throw one kid in the incinerator.
July 4th's coming up.
Exactly.
Get the pigs something nice for July 4th.
You throw one kid to the pigs.
Yeah.
You could just like catapult. Well, wait, these kids are already dead, right?
Well, they
I
would be
can't come up
dead
with-
from the catapult.
Right,
The
the
catapult will
right.
kill them.
No, one just
You
got
could
killed, but
shallow
then
grave.
you have to fucking kill the rest of them to cover up everything that happened.
right.
Oh, that's true. I guess that
Yeah.
is true.
So, like,
you-
one kid died. You still got 3 other kids to kill.
Right.
Yeah.
I would just like, you face the catapult to a brick wall. And if they live, you just drag them back and throw them back in this chair.
That's
You
a
keep
great.
doing it.
These are great ideas. These are
It's
great
just
ideas.
one
that we
out of
should write
many.
down. Yeah.
You just hire Matt Dillon in the house that Jack built. He'll
Yeah,
he'll
You
take
gotta-
care of those
You got to
kids.
kill
He's got
those
it.
kids the richest way possible.
Gotta make a
However
game of
way
it.
that spends the most money, because everyone knows a poor man can easily kill a child with a pillow or a hammer, but you need to show your wealth when doing it. That's why things like the catapult
Extravagance.
is
Right.
invented.
True extravagance.
Exactly.
We need to talk about the next totally inappropriate for children joke in the movie. It comes right here. So Richie Rich is like, hey, you want to play tag? And they're like, tag? That's a poor kid's game. That's what we play. And he's like, not how we play it. And he's got a bunch of like 4x4s.
Right, like
and
these
they're
ATVs. or
Yeah, they're like
whatever.
riding around or whatever. And so Cadbury is walking with the mother like on the grounds. It's revealed that Cadbury's first name is Herbert.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, Herb, I love that name. And he's like, it's Herbert. I am not a seasoning, madam.
Wow.
Yeah. She says Herb.
hussy.
Or like, maybe Bert, right?
Oh, Bert,
Yeah,
totally.
Bert.
Drop the HE.
Yeah, drop
Yeah.
the her.
Oh, yeah.
drop
the
the her.
her.
Get with
Excuse
the
me.
Bert.
That's a great slogan.
rid of Herb.
That fucking Herb, bro. That fucking Richie Rich is such a fucking Herb. No,
Hi,
so like
Bart.
these little fucking rapscallions come up on these ATVs and whatnot, and they ride past the 2 adults. And so Cadbury like grabs her and holds her close to protect her, right?
yeah.
To which this woman responds, do I detect a rising fire sign, Herbert? Yeah, fucking hard dick jokes in your
Yep.
Richie Rich
She
movie.
can sense the heat emanating from his crotch.
Yeah. There's a poke in her butt.
That's the subtext of the scene.
Not in her butt, dude. They're fucking poking the
Oh,
front.
they're front. Yeah,
They're
I guess,
face to
yeah,
face.
to
Oh, he's poking the front.
Yeah, dude, he's poking her.
Okay.
And it's in a kid's movie.
I'm imagining it's
Sure.
more like towards the hip or the thigh in that case.
Oh,
but
maybe.
yeah.
Either way, she felt it. The
Yeah.
point
Hips or lips.
is, oh man, Al Pacino in Richie Rich.
Drop a her and get with a Bert, right?
That's
He's
actually
going
true.
undercover.
Also, he has a roller coaster.
Yes.
And this is weird. It's a weird scene because this scene is intercut with the scene of the plane crashing. So
Yeah.
they're like roaring on this roller coaster track, and Edward Herrmann's like, "We're gonna die, we're gonna die," it's an odd bit of editing. So it's like the end of the day. They're like, "Wow, what a great time, Richie!" And this one fucking son of a bitch is like, "Hey, where's our $100?" And I was like, "Oh, I totally forgot about this gross humiliation."
Oh God.
And he's like, "What $100?" And he's like, "The stiff over, what did he say? The penguin over there told us he'd give us $100 each if we came and played with you today." And dude, it is the biggest douche chill moment because at that point, like, they've actually had a legit time.
Right.
Like, they had fun. They're
the girl,
friends.
The girl is yelling at him like, "Oh, quit
She's
it,
like, "You
Tony.
shut the
Quit
fuck
it,
up.
Tony."
You're not fucking taking any of this man's money. We had an excellent, legitimately fun time today."
Stop being a herb.
Yeah. And the guy's
You're
like,
herbing.
"Oh man, my mom was gonna get her medicine this month.
Okay.
Whatever."
All right, sir. You're entitled to your $100, but you've eaten $200 of McDonald's. So, in fact, you owe me $100.
Can you fucking believe this penguin's fucking blues brother in me?
He
That's
is,
exactly what I was doing.
Here's
chicken
a
wire?
bill, you street urchin.
So this is around where we find out Larroquette's dastardly plan is he thought he was going to murder all three members of the family, and then he, as like the number one, basically, like in the company,
line of succession.
Right. So he would get to take over the corporation.
By the way,
whatever.
side note, it's supposedly they were flying over the Bermuda Triangle when they went down.
Yeah, where's
Yeah.
all the fucking sea mystery?
Yeah,
man?
where's a big octopus at least?
I would
Something
like
that.
something or some type of supernatural element, like Amelia Earhart gives them a pep talk. or
Oh,
something.
that would be fucking funny,
Right?
dude.
Just,
So he's just talking to ghosts.
Hell yeah, dude! Like this, the rich family talking to ghosts.
Give me
For
one
sure.
UFO, like the end of The Man Who Wasn't There.
Yes.
type shot.
Exactly.
Give me one of those and
That
get me out of there.
is an excellent film.
Great movie.
It is. It's the first movie I ever saw in New York City.
Oh yeah, we saw that together.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
So the parents realize, by the way, that they have to figure out. They're in like a little life raft, and he's like, "Well, my fucking dad link is broken." But they realize like what went down, and the wife is like, "Yeah, you fucking idiot! You should have fired that guy. Now he tried to murder us."
Yeah.
And then they realize like, "Oh fuck, we definitely have to survive because this dude is after Richie, and our son's life is in danger," kind of a thing.
So, but like back, but like while this is happening, John Larroquette, it's not like this is where the cartoonishness of this like really sets in.
It really kicks in here.
Like he just walks into the office, the main head office, John Larroquette.
Yeah.
And like is like, I'm the boss now because they're dead.
Well, the thing is like he's like, okay, now the
'Cause they're
plane,
dead.
the plane should be going down right now, so
Yeah.
I'm going to march into their office and assume control
Yeah.
before you even get any word about their disappearance.
With a fucking champagne flute.
It is bullshit, man. This you get caught so fast. Do not kill your boss in this manner.
You're not gonna talk to like any board of advisors.
You have to
fucking, like-
wait it out, dude.
Yeah.
You
Play
have to
the role.
You have to seem to be the steady choice.
Yeah.
in this
I bet you
scenario.
there's a lot of financial interests in his corporation or whatever he does.
Oh yeah.
Right. The fucking Saudis are calling.
yeah.
They're not gonna fucking let that go.
Hey
MBS
Richie.
shows up.
Richie, got a couple of our Saudi friends calling. Gonna need to do some business here, boy. MBS shows up. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that George H.W.?
Yeah, he was wrapped up in the whole thing, probably.
Oh, sure.
He was
There's a
like an
moneyed
advisor
family.
to like the rich compound.
Yeah. Oh, right. The Carlisle group, right? Weren't they all
Oh,
tied
yeah.
up in that? It's all.
If
the
Rich,
same
I'm
shit?
sorry. Whatever Richie Rich is doing, he's got hands in that stuff.
Oh,
Absolutely. So the whole thing is like, oh no, John Larroquette thinks he's going to take over the business. Richie Rich is only motivated by the little girl calls him and is like, hey, my mom just got fired because your company closed the factory. And he's like, oh, hang on, I'll take care of this. So he and Cadbury storm in to like Larroquette's, or I guess his father's office, technically.
But can you imagine fucking Richie Rich, one of the richest people in the fucking world, dies. Stocks aren't plummeting. It's not like fucking chaos everywhere.
Yeah, dude, this company would be
Yeah.
toxic at this
It would
point.
be crazy. It would be insane.
And then
like,
especially like, okay, so Van Doe coming into power would help stabilize the
a
stock.
little bit.
Right.
But then Richie, the junior, coming in there with Cadbury and assuming control at like 12 years old. Yeah, no, it's nosediving, dude.
All you need to do is show me one board meeting with a bunch of old guys and like 3 women to reflect the time.
And then his first order of business, basically, because then Richie takes over control of the boardroom.
It's all a weird Mickey Mouse. Like Larroquette's like, well, you're clearly not a person. You're a little child. You can't run this. And then Cadbury's like, actually, in times like this, I'm his legal guardian, and by proxy, I'm saying that he can be the CEO of the company.
It
or
makes
something.
no fucking sense.
I mean,
No.
again, it's based on a comic book for children.
Yes.
I understand that, but it's just like,
Yeah.
just
But, like-
the slightest bit more stupid than it needs to
But
be.
but this is exactly what I mean. Like what it only goes into those. It only invokes those things
Yeah.
when it has to get over a plot turn.
Yeah, you're
Like,
totally right.
A major like that's when they bring that shit out to be like, well, yeah, it's also magic, but also we're not going to be very imaginative with anything else.
Right.
But then suddenly, like, Richie Rich is the toast of the town. He's got, like, People magazine covers. His dog, Dollar, has a cover
He's
on a
got
magazine.
his own dog.
Did you see just what issue of People magazine he's a part of?
No.
Again, because for whatever reason we cannot stop sexualizing children.
Yeah.
Richie Rich is voted People magazine's sexiest man of the year.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Who thought that? Yeah, I want you to look at
Still-
that and think about sexy kids.
Still a better choice than Blake Shelton.
Ain't that the truth? So one of his first orders of business is apparently there's a Richie Rich family candy bar line.
Oh,
that
right,
is
Rich Candies.
It's
Yes.
underperforming because it doesn't have as much nuts as the competition. Hold now, Macaulay. No, hold up that nutrageous candy bar to the camera one
higher.
more
Well,
time.
you got to get it
Yeah.
nice
You
and
gotta
shiny.
fucking focus on that for 38 seconds.
And also the design for the Rich Bar is going to be dull as shit. So in comparison,
So
the
the
nutrageous,
looks
it's going to
so
pop.
fucking
It's
good.
just
It
going to
looks
fucking
so
pop.
fucking good. And it's making me think about nutrageous candy bars for the first time since 1998.
And did you know that you can get them at the concession stand right now in a
No.
special limited time?
No, I wanted to ask you guys this. We were talking about Cadbury cream eggs earlier. When
Yeah.
was the last time you had or had seen a nutrageous bar?
That's a great question. I was actually sitting at home watching this last night, thinking about it. I couldn't tell you. The follow-up question is, do they still make them?
We're bringing back the Nutrageous. It was my favorite fucking candy, and they took it away, folks. Don't we love the Nutrageous, don't we?
Apparently, the U.S. military now manufactures nutrageous candy bars.
That's right. We'll have the most delicious military in the world. No, because he loves to harken back to a candy
We're
bar that
putting-
was popular when he was considered cute.
We're putting our troops on the border with Candyland. We'll be taking our chutes and ladders to Candyland.
And they're going to be in pop-o-matic trouble.
And that's life.
Sorry.
Monopolies are legal.
Chess is for babies. Also additional product placement almost immediately. We cut back to the life raft.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, all we have left is this bottle of Dom Perignon and Bubblicious gum.
Oh, God.
And it's just both right there. And it's so fucking infuriating because it's like, one of them is a thing the majority of this audience will never taste in their lives. The
Yeah.
other is fucking bullshit gum. Great.
I thought
It's
you were
going to pop. It's
the
just
other-
going to pop.
The
next
other
to
is
it.
Dom Perignon. No. But it's like, didn't you get enough money from McDonald's, folks?
Well, no, because like Reebok also has a stake in this. So there's a big fucking
Oh, yeah.
Reebok shoe
Obviously.
Oh, really?
shot.
Catapult Co.
Oh, Dead Kid Incorporated?
Yes.
Louis Vuitton actually saves the riches.
Oh, right, because her suitcase like washes up and it's a Louis Vuitton.
Oh, you're right. So, by the way, Larroquette, not to be undermined by this little child,
No.
frames the butler for murder, like the murder of the parents.
But he just like throws a bunch of bomb parts in his like bedroom.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because at this point, have they found the plane at all? Do they know that it was a bomb in the first place?
They're looking for it, but like what Richie
it's
Rich
still
Sr., Richard Rich is building back up a dad link because dad link's not working.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
it's down.
fucking dad link's
Dad
down.
link's down.
By the way, the whole like computerized Professor Keenbeam.
Oh, right.
talking to the
Dude, it's
on the
like
dad
Dennis
link.
Nedry.
It is.
It's just, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a.
disturbing.
It should have been. This is a '90s teen comedy waiting to happen. Fat Computer.
Oh, dude, fat computer.
Fat Computer
Yes.
Yes. We're working on the idea. We're workshopping an idea right
Okay.
He
now.
was an obese scientist, and then he got sucked into the computer. He's Fat Computer. Hey, Fat Computer, what's the weather like today? Oh, I don't know. It's like hot or something. I wish I could eat. Remember when I was a person and I could eat
It megabytes. Oh man, he's making puns.
Oh God. Oh, I weigh like 158 gigabytes.
I also smoked as a man.
Ooh. Fat computer. I would watch it.
I would watch Fat Computer. I'd log on to that.
So Cadbury's framed for murder. There's all this weird shit of like, you think he's getting fucked up in prison, but it turns like there's this intense standoff, but then it turns out he's playing gin rummy with these guys.
It's like the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
Like it's like the prison in that. Like,
But there is they eventually do. I mean, maybe I'm getting ahead of ourselves here.
It's fine. It's a 95-minute movie.
Who gives a shit?
That's fine.
So Cadbury's set up to be murdered in prison
To make it look like a suicide, though.
Yes, by Van Doe and Ferguson.
Yeah.
They have some guy that's going to go into the prison and strangle Cadbury to death.
yeah, and like he's playing gin rummy for these guys, and then he tussles with this guy while Macaulay Culkin in like a hoodie and a Seven Dust t-shirt or something.
He's dressed like how he looks in Getting Even with Dad.
Yes.
Is that the movie? It's him and Ted Danson?
Yes.
Because I always mix it up with the Chevy Chase JTT movie.
That is
It's not Man of the House. But
yes, that is Man of the House.
Is that Man of the House?
Man of the House.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
But Chevy
Chase one is Man of the House.
Ted Danson and Macaulay Culkin were in Getting Even with Dad,
Yes,
right?
Get Even with that.
Right. And
Ted Danson's got a ponytail in that movie, I think.
And
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Neither of these are Jungle to Jungle,
No.
which was
Yes.
I always confuse those with this mix.
You're totally right. It's like a shitty kid and a shittier dad.
By the way, that full episode on Jungle to Jungle is a hoot, and it's on patreon.com/wehatemovies.
Mhm.
Look at that. Richie like comes in and he's like, oh, here's a thing for Cadbury. It's toothpaste. He's got sensitive teeth or whatever. But like Keen Bean has designed it's like acid or so it's corrosive material.
It looks like oatmeal and it dissolves anything and it'll dissolve the prison bars. I'm just thinking like fucking drop this in fucking Van Doe's drink.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Just slobber up a little bit of that.
Fucking poison everyone. And plus that house is so huge.
But that
all those servants and workers would help you cover up the crime.
Well, at this point, they can't, though, because when Larroquette takes over the company, he fucking fires all of the employees from the house.
But then, what the hell's Professor Keenbean doing?
That's what's insane is that dude is found hiding in the basement. Like,
hide her in the house.
Well, no, because he wants to have all like his inventions still. Like that's what he was making. I mean, like Richard Rich owns everything that Keen Bean makes.
right.
So like he has an invention factory going on top of the pig farm, on top of whatever sex dungeon Richard Rich had. Like these are several things that he's still going to want to use.
It's actually one of my favorite parts of the movie is like, so Larroquette takes over as like the legal guardian or whatever. There's a quick line about him being like, oh, I pressured the courts and I got custody of this kid. So he moves into the house. He's installing security cameras everywhere,
including like the bedrooms.
Yeah, Richie's bedroom, man. That's a little
Yikes.
weird.
Oh boy,
That's a little weird, Van Doe. Just saying. Think he's making some material for the third basement.
Get out that lawsuit of Pult again.
But so like Richie Rich is walking around the house like, boy, my life is really terrible right now.
Yeah.
And fucking Keen Bean jumps out of the woodwork and like puts his fucking hand over the kid's mouth and he's like, be quiet. I've been hiding in the basement like the Phantom of the Opera. And he drags him down, and that's where he gives him the little corrosive material or whatever.
Okay.
So Cadbury breaks out. They dress him like a tough biker.
Yeah.
Well, that's the clothing that the man who was there to kill him and
was wearing.
Yeah.
He's got like a Sepultura t-shirt and like this fucking leather vest. And he's a weird. Doesn't he have a bandana?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a little like leather bandana.
It's a look.
It's quite a look.
Wild Hogs. He looks like he could be right at home with the Wild Hogs. Speaking of Tim Allen movies,
Capital Hogs, Mr. Allen.
So they break him out of jail. They go to the little girl's house, and the mom is there. She sees Cadbury in this outfit, by the way. Look out below.
Jeez.
Holy shit. She's ready to go immediately, dude.
I know. It's like it's raining.
We're going.
Going to fucking Pound Town, dude. One-way ticket
Take it off.
with fucking conductor Cadbury.
Oh God! There goes his cream.
Oh. So they're like, oh, we got to hack into whatever the fuck and see if Dad Link is up and running. Dad Link is up and running at this point for like a quick second.
Because Vando and Ferguson have essentially taken over the entire house. It's a fortress.
Dude, it's like Citizen Kane. It's fucking two people in this huge goddamn Xanadu.
In a security force of 10 idiots.
And so, like, they realize, like, oh, holy fuck, something's going on here. There's some sort of internet connection, and everything's going smoothly until this dude Ferguson just unplugs the modem.
Right, because they were hacking in from that the girlfriend's house. I'm going to call her the female friend.
She's a cute little girlfriend.
I hate when people do that. Actually,
Yeah, like, oh, who's that? Your girlfriend?
Your
It's
girlfriend.
like, can we not? Again, it's fucking sexualizing children. Can
right,
we
and
not?
assuming
alone,
their
please.
sexuality at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, so he knows that his parents are alive because the uplink happens, which also, this is a little bit spurious reasoning here on the part of Richie Rich, because it's like, hey, Richie, what if your dad was just fucking like dead in the desert somewhere? That thing could still be going off. The dad link could still be
true.
connected.
Instead, they decide that must be alive. So what they're going to do is attack their own house.
Well, he says, like, I have to get in. I gotta work with the dad link IRL.
By the way, just confirm Man of the House, Chevy Chase with Jason.
Oh, fantastic!
I had to know. I didn't know I was right.
You up
Okay,
inside.
It was
and
gonna
now
kill me.
what is that Tommy Lee Jones movie?
That's
That is
also
Man of the House.
Fuck!
Yes, that's
what it's throwing me. I was like,
Yep.
I wanted to say it was Man of the House, but
Yep.
deep down in my soul, I was like, that's a Tommy Lee Jones movie.
Both of those could be episodes, by the way.
Holy shit!
that's a Tommy Lee Jones movie.
It just can't be. It just can't be.
That's a Tommy Lee Jones movie.
There's never been a movie that's also been the same name of the other movie.
Well, I didn't think Man of the House was a good. I don't know. I didn't think it would be
I
two
understand.
movies.
What's that movie about,
care.
though? He's like a U.S. Marshal who has to watch over a sorority house for some reason?
like a cheerleading squad.
That's
I
what
think.
this. Yeah,
That's the other Man of the House.
that's
That's
a
the
Tommy Lee
Lee
Jones movie.
Yeah. The other one is Farrah Fawcett and Chevy Chase and JTT.
Oh,
Right.
Farrah Fawcett,
Yes.
huh? Wow. All right. There's a great line the mom has when they show up to this house to hack the net. She sees Cadbury and she goes, whoa, look who's slumming it.
Oh, come on.
Pretty great. Like, hey, you want to go have sex on a pile of unemployment checks, Cadbury? Let's do it. It's so fucking dumb.
So they start taking back this mansion.
It's a siege, dude.
Yeah.
I think you can
Yes.
use the word siege
But
here.
Planned attack.
You can use the word siege because they do use that, like those artillery weapons, and as the catapult becomes a manure-apult.
Yes, dude, we're slinging shit in this movie.
Huge bags of shit that they're just dragging, I guess, from the garden area on this 36-mile drive line.
Yeah, they found some shit along
I mean,
the way.
Presumably there would have been a gate 37 miles ago
It's-
that they should have first taken out.
It's funny
we
because
don't
it
see
is
the gate. We don't see
Right.
the gate.
it is essentially like an exaggerated version of Home Alone.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
he's essentially trapping
Right.
his own house.
Which is funny because, like, the McAllisters in those films are clearly fucking filthy, disgustingly
They
rich.
Oh, yeah.
are insanely rich.
But so then here's the riches, which they're even more rich.
Well, because Richie Rich Jr. is clearly more of a baron
Yeah,
type,
big time.
type
Big
character.
time. Big time.
Whereas they are,
Dad found. Dad found. That's my impression of this dad link computer.
found. I've been found.
Oh God!
been found.
Hopefully guilty.
Oh, well done. There's a weird, hilarious moment here. It's not as worse. It's not as bad as the other thing I'm going to mention later. But there's a security guard that fucking pulls an automatic weapon on all these
Oh,
kids
yeah.
and is just shoving it in their faces.
I like that.
Well, wait, don't play with John Larroquette. He just killed the richest man in the world.
That's right. He's not
true.
fucking around, dude.
They should have just lit him up.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, there's no reason.
There's no. I mean, he's cold blooded. John Larroquette.
Right. So there's a thing where we know that
Larroquette's character, Van Doe, and Mr. Ferguson also know that the parents are alive. We see this thing of like the parents are like, oh, someone's coming. We don't see who it is. Richie Rich gets into the house and whoops, there are the parents. They've been kidnapped by Larroquette and brought back to this house. Like you said, just fucking two in the head.
Well, you're missing because he gets tricked by Fat Computer.
Dad found.
Dad found, and he's like, it's in the same room.
Oh, right.
And he turns around.
Yep.
And there's John Larroquette, master planner.
But
right.
So, like, there's a quick shot of the parents. They've changed into their, like a tuxedo and an evening gown to be rescued. And they're like, oh, it's a plane. And I guess that's John Larroquette and his goons to get them.
Yeah,
but, like,
he kidnaps them.
They throw their Ziplocs of piss and shit overboard.
But
why would you have that in a Ziploc, dude? Just get in the water, hold the raft, and take a shit in the ocean.
I don't know if they can steady themselves that easily.
Well, they drank that whole bottle of Dom.
Yeah, oh no, they're pissing everywhere.
Honey, I can't take a shit in the ocean now. I'm too drunk.
Just kill them in the ocean is what I was trying to get at.
Yes, exactly.
Why is he bringing them back to where they can gain control of their fortune again?
Well, actually, now I do remember why. Because we
put out by Disney.
Well, Warner Brothers.
Oh, Warner Brothers. Sorry.
We spent 25 minutes talking about Bugs Bunny. No, it's mentioned. We haven't mentioned this one plot point of the movie yet. This one element is there is. We're told Mount Richmore.
Yes,
which is just the three of them, their faces like Mount Rushmore. And
carved into a mountain. Could you imagine if the richest family in like your neighborhood carved into the mountain? So like whenever you're commuting to work at their shitty McDonald's, you have to see them.
It's weirdly exactly like, did you see that documentary, The Queen of Versailles?
Yes,
those
people are fucking
movie.
Pigs.
But it's like a similar situation. You are already in this humongous fucking house.
Yeah.
But behind your humongous fucking house,
yeah,
you are trying to recreate the palace from Versailles.
Exactly right. And so we're told that the rich family vault.
By the way,
yes.
John Larroquette earlier in the film is shown watching North by Northwest.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Which is adding another little element to this whole Mount Rushmore thing.
And it's 2 times already I'm thinking about watching something else because I know I'm putting on Richie Rich, but the first thing I see is Bugs Bunny, so I immediately just want to be watching cartoons.
And then McDonald's shows up, and I'm like, Mac and Me, that also has Christina Ebersol.
Yes, it's true. True, Eric.
Oh, you're totally right. But then you're watching one of my top 4 favorite films of all time.
Yeah.
Fucking North by Northwest.
Yeah.
You're lucky I didn't turn this shit off.
Also, Night Court is available.
Night Court is also great.
Great.
Larroquette is kind of just playing his character from Night Court if he was like a maniac.
Which is sort of what he always plays. But I love John Larroquette.
I love John Larroquette. Here's a great thing about John Larroquette. He doesn't tweet as much anymore. He used to be much more into it. But what he would do is just tweet about how like he would be sitting on his porch in Louisiana. There was a breeze blowing by, and he's just listening to jazz, drinking a cocktail.
That's
and I was
amazing.
like, the life of Larroquette, dude. What an honor.
Did you see the John Larroquette show?
I think I did, yeah.
I remember
like a short-lived sitcom. I think it
Yes.
takes place in St. Louis, and he's like working at a bus depot or something.
Oh, yeah.
Some weird thing,
It
yeah.
made no sense.
I never watched it.
What
Did
were
we,
you saying?
other than other than Madhouse, have we ever talked about him?
Oh, on a like a John Larroquette film?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Wow,
think
yeah,
'cause-
Madhouse. Holy shit,
Yeah,
that
Madhouse
takes me
was
back.
something else with Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yes, previous episode.
Previous episode.
Dig into those archives.
No, I mean, because we haven't talked about what he's in The Search for Spock. He's in Stripes. He's in Chris Cavan's favorite movie, Southland Tales.
Yes.
Oh God,
It's the
that's got
best.
everyone. Wallace Shawn, like
Everybody is in
everyone's
that
in that
movie.
movie.
John
Meatballs
Lovitz.
Part 2.
it's a terrible film, but yeah.
It's an amazing movie. It's the best movie.
Chris Gavin, you and I saw that at a Planet Hollywood in
At the
Times
screening
Square.
room behind the Planet Hollywood.
Which
Wait,
was the
which
most
movie?
perfect place,
Yeah.
Southland Tales, the most
Oh.
perfect place to see that movie I think we experienced. We had to walk through a Planet Hollywood to go into a screening room, and we had to smell all that disgusting food while they played this in Times Square.
We actually no, we have covered John Larroquette on a previous episode because if
Ooh.
you'll recall, he's got a bit role in Paul Schrader's Cat People.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so there you go.
He just happened to be in New Orleans, though.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, so by the way, so to bring us back, that's why he needs them alive, because Keen Bean says that he can't get him into the vault because the vault is voice activated by the two of them. Mm-hmm. So we cut to they're kidnapped.
That's
we
right,
go to the
that's where
vault.
their most prized possessions are in the vault
Right.
in Mount Richmore.
So they have to sing their code word. They're singing a bit from Side by Side.
Yes.
The vault opens, and then
terrible.
it's all just your it's like family heirlooms.
Much like Hudson Hawk,
Yeah.
a major part of it involves Side by Side.
Oh wow.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, much like Hudson Hawk, this sucks as well. I know you like it.
No, but Eric's totally right.
It's just my favorite bad movie. I'm sorry.
What happens if someone dies? Like, you really going to be locked out of all your
I
prized
had that
possessions for the
same thought, actually.
and it turns out it's not all the gold bars and diamonds that John Larroquette was imagining. It's all family heirlooms and things about their life together.
Right.
And if you had lost your loved one, your husband or your wife, wouldn't you want access to that room?
Hey, take that off the thing. Why does you give throat cancer?
No, that's right.
What happens
anything.
if fucking anything happens to your voice? What
Exactly.
the fuck? You
That's
stupid?
totally true.
Yeah.
Are you like most rich people fucking stupid?
No. Oh, so also here's a dumb joke. I guess it's a joke that's supposed to be in this movie. After they're done singing, there's a Side by Side. John Larroquette turns around and has the line, "Thank you, Beavis and Butthead." And I was like, Beavis and Butthead never fucking sang in harmony.
That would hit like such a thought. Oh my God. By the way, I just checked my notes and I realized there's another product placement we forgot to mention.
Oh shit, go ahead.
Some of these henchmen that get knocked out by the shit bombs.
Oh, yeah.
Twinkies. There's a huge dialogue
bag
moment.
of Twinkies.
There's a huge moment of dialogue just talking about Twinkies in this fucking movie. Because kids aren't fat enough.
No, gotta get him more.
So Larroquette's fucking pissed off. He's like, this is just a bunch of junk. And they're like, no, this is what's like most invaluable to us in all the land. And he's like, well, where's your money? And this is actually kind of a good line right here, because Edward Herrmann's like, in the bank? He's like, banks, and I guess some of it's in the stock market. What are you, a fucking moron? Which is a great thing. And then this is a crazy moment. And I don't recall like exactly what leads up to it, but like Larroquette gets fucking pissed off. Richie Rich like comes in and kind of saves the parents or whatever. Larroquette fires off a fucking machine gun, point blank.
He's got a revolver. He's got like a dirty hairy revolver.
It's like a little pistol or whatever. Point blank range though, fires like 5 into Richie Rich's chest, and I'm like, what are we doing? We're just shooting kids in this movie.
Yeah, which is a good thing, but it doesn't actually work because he's got that stupid fucking serum on him or whatever that makes his clothes good.
Well, yeah, if that's again, but like if the serum can do that to clothing, like what it could do to your face, you're like gonna look like the guy from Beyond. Like it's gonna be bad. I can't think of it. It's disgusting.
So, well, speaking of like shit happening to your face, Cadbury has this fight with Ferguson, the main henchman, around now, where he's using all of Keen Bean's fucking reanimator murder materials. He's got that fucking like tar shit he pours on this dude's face with a towel.
That's the thing. We're skipping over the whole fucking horror show that's happening. Back at the house.
Yeah, this is fucking nuts.
Where Ferguson is squaring off with Dr. Fat. No, Keen Bean. Sorry, Keen Bean.
Keen Bean. His show is called Fat Computer.
He was once Dr. Fat.
Dr. Fat, dude.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay, because the one shot I have.
Hi, I'm your cardiologist, Dr. Fat.
Dude, I was driving recently and I saw a billboard for I'm not even kidding, like a plastic surgeon, and his name was Dr. Fuggo. I'm not even joking.
That sounds like a curse word.
Yeah.
No, because the most memorable shot in this movie for me is him taking a huge hunkin' bite out of a piece of bologna.
What? I missed
Th-
that.
like,
yeah,
he's
you're
got,
right,
he
yeah.
goes to a refrigerator before he's about to save all of his
You're right.
inventions.
He like he's running with Richie. Time is essential, and he's like, "Oh, I'll meet up with you guys. I'll be right back." And he runs to a fucking refrigerator. And he takes out, and it might be like liverwurst or something even worse than bologna, but it's disgusting as fuck. Yes, it's a brief moment of Dr. Fat.
and he takes a big honking fucking bite out
Oh,
of
that's
it.
disgusting. I have to say, I don't remember this part. And it's partially because I was trying my hardest to stay awake. And it was only like 11 o'clock at night. And I was like,
It's hard.
I was struggling, man.
It's difficult.
So then we have, this is to get back to the North by Northwest reference again. We're now out, we're climbing on Mount Richmore, and Larroquette's chasing after them. And yes, they've actually put like these gigantic, like wireframe glasses on Edward Herrmann's face.
I don't remember exactly. It's during this fight with Cadbury and Ferguson, and he's using a spatula to hit people. Funny, haha. And there's all like everyone gets put into a cage, and they're going to be destroyed.
Oh, right, they're
in
getting
this,
gas.
yeah,
look,
this weird fucking thing.
It's so much worse than that.
It's like electrocution.
No,
right?
it's gonna turn them into goop.
Oh,
Like
right. Yeah,
because
it's
like the whole
goopinator.
thing is you're supposed to put junk into the thing,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to like get a bowling ball. Like there's a joke earlier. All
Oh,
he keeps getting is bowling balls.
That gadget,
and he
I
wants
forgot
to
about
make bedpans for hospitals. He wants to make a bunch
right.
of bedpans for
don't-
hospitals.
right.
But like you're putting human people in there, and this is Ferguson, who's a maniac, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna shove your friends in this machine, and it's gonna
right.
turn out like the fucking disgusting person orgy at the end of society.
Oh shit, dude, the shunting?
Yes, that's what's gonna happen. That's what the outcome of that would be.
It would be awesome if all those kids and the mothers in that cage
Yeah.
too. It would be awesome if they all just got fucking shunted and they came out and there's like fucking faces on ass cheeks.
Just a lot of sounds going on.
wet and wild.
But now Professor Keen Bean is like, "Oh, I'm going to help you," but he steps.
Who? Oh, Dr. Fat. Sorry.
Yes. I was like, did I get it wrong?
No, you didn't. I'm just
so
being a
Dr.
jerk.
Fat is running to hit the alarm to stop this, but he's stuck on some of his own experiment goop
Well,
he can't move. And then he uses the fucking golden bee that we didn't talk about.
Oh god.
This fucking little drone bee to sting Ferguson in the behind, who's now staggering around blind from this towel with the goop on it.
He got the fucking Dilophosaurus acid in his face.
And then he runs and his head hits the button and it saves them for now until we get to the fucking climax on Mount Richmore.
The money that went into this golden bee, which could have made the water drinkable in Flint.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. And that's
and
why
they crushed two of them.
By the way, that's why all fucking rich people are poison.
Yeah.
Because like anyone, Jeff Bezos, anyone could just fucking fix the water in Flint and it wouldn't hurt them at all to do so.
No. Absolutely.
You could just, if you managed their money, because none of these people manage their own money. If you managed their money, you could do it. They wouldn't even fucn't notice.
That's true.
They wouldn't even blink.
They wouldn't notice. So why don't you
But
move
if
some
they
decimal points
did,
around out there?
the tortures could be endless. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to level with you. They're going to have hitters.
But people will have drinking water, and I don't know
That's
if
it, yeah, that's
repo
against-
men are going to take out pipes.
Balance there. You may be dying.
No, repo men just hit you with pipes, dude, but they don't remove fresh
Right.
piping.
Right.
That's the thing. So they're getting chased around fucking Mount Richmore, and like Larroquette, there's like they used to carve the mountain was like this laser beam. So like that laser beam's going off, and they're trying to like hit the riches or whatever.
Right, because now Ferguson is like cut off the towel from his face, and he's got his eyes exposed, and he's
Right.
able to shoot this fucking laser gun at
Right.
the rich family. Doesn't work because they're the heroes of the film. It does bust some holes into the visage of Rich Senior, and he's able to swing his family into the tooth hole.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I
His
see.
own tooth hole.
Well, there's one of the fucking thuddiest jokes of all in this scene, because like the laser goes off and blasts off the mother's nose, to which Christine Ebersol goes, "My nose! I look like Michael Jackson."
Yeah,
Oh,
I
boy.
don't know how the Culkins let that go by.
You know, here at Culkin Farms, it's one thing we don't tolerate. It's, well,
trespassing. But secondly, we don't tolerate making fun of the king of pop. But it's just such a fucking And like in 2018, he's been fucking dead for 10 years. You're like, that joke's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But in 1994, it's also like, really?
It's kind of mean.
It is fucking mean. It's fucking so terrible. But yeah, so the whole mountain basically gets destroyed. The funny thing is, he also starts blasting Richie Rich with this laser, and they kind of make him look like the kid from Pet Sematary.
A little bit, actually. You're
It's
right.
kind of funny when all is said and done with scraping up this kid's face. He looks like
So the best part of the film is shooting this fucking rich people mountain.
Now, Larroquette should die here. He doesn't. He falls off, but he gets like tangled in a rope or whatever. Let this dude fall to his death.
No, yeah,
you
that's
already
fine.
shot a kid in the chest 5 times.
But not only does he survive, he's then incarcerated to then serve as some guy cleaning up shit from their property.
To work on there.
He's
That's the
wearing an orange shirt. Like,
Do they have their own court of law underneath their
It's
house
not-
as well?
that fucking driveway better be a highway if you have inmates cleaning up garbage on the
Listen,
side of it.
It's not. Listen, there's no court. There was never a trial. The rich family,
fuck,
the rich
dude.
family just owns this
They just
guy now.
abducted.
I
You know what? I
guess
bet
that's
it's a
true.
sovereign nation,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right? The rich family plot of land, which is probably like 300
Well,
miles.
Yes.
I mean, they control whoever comes in, and if somebody comes in that they think is an enemy, they got all kinds of tricks over that 37 miles it takes to get to the damn
whole
house.
lot of booby traps,
You got
dude. Absolutely.
You think Richard Rich comes to play? Richard Rich is like, yeah, no, take my house. That's nice.
So that like the little coda on the end of the film here is Richie Rich is playing baseball with all his buddies and whatnot. Cadbury making out hard with this mom right
Yeah,
here. You see this shit? Cadbury's like the coach of the team, and like something good happens in the game, and
Something good.
and she's like, oh, way to go, coach. And he's like, oh, do you like that, madam? Well, here's another play you'll like. And like grabs her, and they start fucking going at it. Just right there in front of the kids and Mount Richmore and everybody.
I'm going to plow you, madam.
And it's the fucking worst line in the movie. It's the last line of the movie. Is the parents are noticing how much fun Richie Rich is having with his kids. To which so it's a two-hander worst line in the movie. Edward Herrmann says, "Our son really is the richest boy in the world." And Christine Ebersol, just to hit the home run here, goes, "He has friends." Credits.
That's
Oh my God, dude. The
Just-
whole thing is like, listen, kids at home, if you're suspicious about some random kids that decide they want to come play with you, first of all, your parents might be paying them. But if you can get past that point, everything's totally fine. And it's very important to have friends.
well, this is like so clearly pitched to like parents who feel like they like rich parents that think that their kids are like isolated or something. Like that's the only thing I could think of that would actually like want to celebrate this.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, listen, you give these kids another like 5 years, they start high school. You know, they're not keeping up with each other. Like all the little kids are going to go back to their public high school. Richie Rich is going to go back to the private school.
Yeah.
You know, they're not keeping in touch. This whole thing,
This is
it's just
bullshit,
like,
dude.
it's bullshit. It's
One
just like,
magical summer.
that's, oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's
Really?
exactly what it is. It's just this one magic moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, well, in that fall, we went back to school and nobody saw each other ever again.
gonna say-
Cadbury knocked up that lady, though.
It's like the end of Stand By Me. Just typing about the sad story on the computer
yes.
about which kids that played baseball got murdered.
Well, I
Which
bet
kid went to Vietnam?
right.
the hungry kid would be eating the blueberry pie.
Oh, right.
Is
Yeah.
there Jerry O'Connell in the group?
He went to medical school and would become Dr. Fett's successor.
Dr. Obese.
What the fuck happens to Dr. Keen Bean at the end of this movie? He's never heard from, is he?
He's
last
an
see him-
umpire when they're
oh,
playing.
you're
yeah.
totally right.
Nice.
Yeah,
Get
you're
some
totally
exercise. That's nice for him.
right. That's true. He's wearing a big umpire suit and mask. Sure, that's
Yeah.
exercise. That's the end of this fucking dumb movie. Did anybody recommend it?
I guess I have to because I watched it 100 times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So like it there's the nostalgia factor, but my God, it is like I struggle I struggled to find what exactly they were trying to get
I'm
across
shocked
here.
that you recommended it. You're often a knower.
I mean, like, I would never want to watch it again. I never want to watch it
Top
again.
10 most contrarian film critic of all time.
I guess.
I guess so.
Well, I guess that's he's actually qualifying himself
I'm
right now.
saying no.
Okay.
It's obviously it's capitalist propaganda. We
Yes.
all know that. And I just, I remember seeing it back in the day, and I was always like lukewarm on it,
Yeah.
and I remain so.
It's funny because I too saw it a ton of times, as I've mentioned already, and I never want to see this fucking thing again. And the funny thing was, I was like, oh shit. Fucking Trump was in Home Alone 2. He's in goddamn Little Rascals. I was like, if there was any movie for him to fucking cameo in, it's this piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I spent 95 minutes terrified that he was going to turn
Nope.
up at some point.
Just the Lee Iacocca reference.
Which is still the fucking weirdest thing. And I wonder if it's a thing where in the original screenplay, it was like, oh, Mr. Trump says you can't use his name in the script unless he can be in the movie. So we're just going to go with Lee Iacocca instead. Like, because the secretary could just be like, oh, Mr. Trump's on the phone for you or whatever, but that doesn't happen.
No, he's got it. He has to okay that.
Yeah, I would not recommend this movie. It's not even a hangover movie because it's only like 95 minutes. So what are you even getting started for?
Oh yeah, I mean, I want to make clear, it's a very bad movie.
You just love it though.
I just have a familiarity with it.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I recommended Prince of Thieves.
It's disgusting though.
Yeah.
I'm filled to disgust again.
That is Richie Rich from 1994, directed by Donald Petrie. If you want more We Hate Movies, check out patreon.com/We Hate Movies. Follow us on Twitter. We are at WHM Podcast and also at WHM Podcast on Instagram. Don't forget that guy. And as for next week.
Oh, we're not sane. We're keeping mum because next week, this show changes forever. So if you want to know what we're doing next week and for the rest of the entire month of December, it has been announced already, and you can go to youtube.com/We Hate Movies.
That's right.
And we'll tell you.
We'll tell you there. We're not going to tell you here, but we'll tell you there.
So go check out that video.
So until next week, when we talk about whatever it is you're going to watch on that video, youtube.com/We Hate Movies. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
Take it easy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.